Welcome to the Lord of the Coins. If you guys enjoy this content, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell as it helps out my channel a lot. Thank you very much. Alright, so let's get started with our analysis of AVAX. So AVAX is looking really good here. This price action is absolutely pristine for setting up for a swing trade, and I'll get to exactly why. The main thing I'm looking at here is this rounded bottom that's forming. A lot of times when price drops, you'll see rounded bottoms form, and these are absolutely, one of my favorite, patterns to trade in terms of swing trading, as these often go parabolic and the gains are, enormous. You can go back and see if there are other examples, just like right here. We've had this drop, kind of started forming this rounded bottom. This is where we are right now. So this is the entry that I'm looking for, and this is what I'm trying to trade. So if you can just go right here, if you can see some of the similarities, we're like around this area right now. So we'll go into how to find entries and how to take profits here. I've marked out a lot of key levels here. This point being just liquidity. I mark it as relatively equal highs, as there's a lot of wicks up here. There's a lot of relatively equal highs right here. I've mapped out this H4 fair value gap as well. Fair value gap is just an imbalance of orders. That's why you get very large candles, and more often than not, you'll see these gaps filled. So with that said, I've also marked out a lot of the previous VWAPs. So VWAP is the volume weighted average price. If I bring up that indicator right now, so this is the indicator. It's set to the year right now, I think. So if I set it to the quarterly, you can see that we have the quarterly VWAP right here. If I set this to the monthly, we have the monthly VWAP right here. I just denote it by this ray. And then we go to the week. And the week, we have a previous week VWAP right here. This is 2 weeks ago. And 1 week ago, the previous week VWAP right here. And you can see that we're actually getting kind of caught on that. So just say you were trying to trade AVAX and you caught this bottom, you're wondering where to sell. I would definitely look at the previous week VWAPs. On top of that, so this is the previous week VWAP. I would also take the FRVP of like the previous range. You maybe take the whole thing. And yeah, we're caught right on the POC. So you can even write plus POC right here. So these are the types of confluence you want to look for. You want to look for a lot of volume driven confluences, as that is, markets are run on liquidity. Volume is directly correlated with liquidity. So that is what you want to look for. You can also see that we have a large volume node right here on this right side. These are areas of either resistance or support. So definitely keep your volume nodes on as well. As you can see that whenever there are gaps instead of like large nodes, price will end up shooting right through them. So in terms of entries, this is what I'm looking for. This is like my bread and butter strategy for finding entries. It pretty much happens, almost every time. So if we're on the 4-hour time frame, you're gonna look for the sweep. So this is a sweep denoted by this X, where market makers will punish you for going long too early. And then you want to look for the change of character. The change of character is the lowest high that did the sweep. So this is the move that did the sweep. You want to take that high right there, and I denote that by Y. So this other Y was on the lower time frame here. So on the 4-hour, this is what it looks like, and we got our change of character by getting a candle close below it. So once you have this candle close here, what you want to look for is number one, a zone of demand. So our zone of demand looks like this. I'm going to actually mark this green. So what we're going to look for is a couple things. So we're actually going to also go into the lower time frame. We're going to go to the 1 hour, and I've actually marked this out on the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, this is also the sweep right here. And then this candle right here, that is your change of character. So a lot of times you'll see bounces off this. Unfortunately, this didn't retrace back enough to get our entry. If so, that would have been our entry right here. But this entry is honestly still valid if price comes down. But now that price has moved up and cleared this liquidity right here, anything within this larger green box is a good entry zone for a swing long now, with your stop placed, underneath this swing low. So in terms of entry, that is what I'm looking for. And in terms of take profits, I'm gonna go to a higher time frame here. So in terms of a take profit point, we can take our fib from this top key level right here to the swing low, and anything really between the 0.5 and the 0.786 are usually good levels. What you want to look for are mainly order blocks. So you have these 3 up candles right here before this large down move. That is known as your bearish order block. And since it's bearish, I'm going to mark it red. So this is definitely a zone I'd be looking for. On top of that, we would have also swept some liquidity right here. So a lot of times you'll get reversals after your sweeps of liquidity. I can kind of show you what I mean by that. So if you kind of zoom into this price action here, we got this little slight reversal here after sweeping liquidity right here. And after sweeping liquidity right here, we got this slight reversal. Sweep liquidity right here, we're gonna get a slight reversal here. That is kind of what I mean. And if you find that on like a larger time frame like this, like this larger move up, once we sweep this liquidity, this one right here, since we're on a larger time frame and this is like a larger move, you'll get a larger move down. And then we'll see how price action develops and see where we can catch another entry into a trade. But currently, this is what I'm looking at right here. Something like that in terms of a very long swing trade. In terms of something shorter, this is also a bearish order block right here. And then this is also a bearish order block right here. So there's a lot of demand zones here. We can even go onto the daily. You usually want to trade on 3 time frames. You usually want your daily for your higher time frame bias. Your trading time frame, usually I like to use a 4 hour for my swing trades, and then I'll have my execution time frame on the 5 or 15 minute. So if you look on the daily, it looks like the only order block really is the one way up here. So definitely when you don't see any order blocks, you can go onto a lower time frame and identify those order blocks that way. So you might ask, there's so many order blocks, which one do I take? There's several ways to really determine that. One of it is, have they already been tapped multiple times? If so, the volume in those order blocks are probably lower. But also, you just want to look for areas of higher confluence. So by that, I mean this. So there's really nothing. Actually, there is the previous month VWAP right here. So I'm gonna take this out a little bit. So now that we have all of these, I wouldn't really be looking for anything in this bottom order block like this, mainly because there are so many relatively equal wicks that want to get filled out, or that want to get swept here. These and these. So if I were to set up a trade, this would be a really, really risky point to take profit, just because your take profit points should also be areas of interest where you would want to take a short. If you don't want to take a short, then you're not confident enough that price is going to reverse. So why, you shouldn't take profits there. So in terms of take profits, then I probably wouldn't, I'd leave this quarterly VWAP line on my chart just so I can, kind of keep my eye on it. But I would definitely wait for all of these relatively equal highs to get swept before making a trade. So I would look for something maybe like this for a trade here. And if AVAX is looking just very bullish, you know, we don't get any sweeps and change of characters in this area, this is the next area that I'd be looking for. So in terms of taking profits, just say we did get our entry right here, and then we set our stop loss. I would set my take profits to right above where this point of liquidity is into this order block, as likely when it taps into this order block, it'll tap a little bit and also sweep this liquidity along with it. So, you know, something along the lines of this. On top of that, this is in the golden pocket, and we have, you know, just would have wiped out a lot of liquidity, and that's usually how the market moves. You just want to see a lot of liquidity wiped out, and after enough liquidity is wiped out and enters the area of interest, that's when you should be looking for reversals in the market. So with that said, I would probably take, you know, most of my profits right here and leave a little bit of rest and trail up my stop loss to take the rest of my profits right here. So this is just a really quick rundown of AVAX. I just wanted to kind of point this out to you guys because, you know, this is just looking really good. So if you guys enjoy this content, make sure to leave a like and a subscribe, and I'll be sure to bring you guys more content like this. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.